right here, live from Hollywood. Chest ripped open, heart in my hand.
What's happening?
Wedding dress. First of all, is there something you need to tell me? Have you got
so much I need to tell you. We're getting married today at the courthouse.
Were we?
I texted you about it earlier. Did you not get my text?
I must have missed that text.
Is awkward.
Yeah. I'd marry you for the right reasons. What? Actually, you got
for the right reasons.
You're
immigration
earning
status. What?
Nah, I got a green card.
I know you do.
You're earning capabilities with my money management capabilities. We would be like immensely
powerhouse.
We could be like billionaires.
Billionaires.
We could be billionaires.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's
cool.
do it.
Nice.
A marriage of convenience.
I do.
Look at this romance.
Tell me why you're really dressed up in a wedding dress. It's for our subject matter today, which we should announce first of all.
Our subject matter today is breakups.
Breakups.
I know. Your wounded heart and my clearly a third marriage outfit. It's like phoning it in. It's like you've been married a few times, so now you're just doing the cheap dress and the cheap veil at the courthouse.
You haven't been married a few times, though.
I have been. I've been married 2 times. Twice.
How did I not know?
Marriages.
Hang on a second.
Marriage. How you knew
I do remember. Wait, hang on.
You must have known this.
I do remember you talking about one marriage.
My most recent ex,
yeah,
probably.
But I didn't know you were married twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you the first time?
22, 23,
oh, wow.
22,
and then when
23.
did that break up, that marriage?
8 years.
Oh, wow.
It should have ended way sooner than that,
And then
though.
from 30, when did you get into another marriage?
So maybe it wasn't 8 years. So basically, I was married from like 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, so no, I definitely wasn't married still when I was 30. And then I was only single for like 2 years.
And then you got married again.
Yeah,
for how long did that one last?
2 or 3 years. That one only lasted 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years as well.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit, well, that makes me feel better about my situation. I was engaged.
You didn't even get married.
Once, and then managed to dodge that bullet.
Yeah,
but you just
thank
out
God.
there just...
I just did it.
Damn.
But I'm so like impulsive with love, and I have no regrets about that. Like,
really?
Yeah, like if I have feelings, I am like psychotically fully in.
But you've
like,
had...
fully fucking in.
I like how your eyes got really wide.
No,
with
I'm
psychotic.
crazy. Like if I like you even in 2 days, I'm like glue.
Really?
Yeah, I love love.
Nice.
I love those feels.
Do you love bomb people? Is that what you think?
Do I love what people?
Love bombing people. You said if you're
what
in
is that?
2
Define
days in,
love bomb.
like you meet someone, you're really into them, and like 2 days in, you're going, oh my god, we should hang out all the time, and then you like want to move in with them a week or 2 in, and like I want to be your girlfriend. We should, maybe we should be together and make this exclusive really rapidly.
I do hang out with them a lot. Like if I have those like strong feelings where like your heart flutters and you can't like get enough time with someone, like I do want to spend as much time as possible with them.
Do you remember recently I was talking to you about my own experiences of having dated women in the industry and how some of them have been awesome and some of them have been a little more intense in their attitudes. The fact that you have told me this now, I'm aware. I thought you were one of the balanced ones, but you're a crazy, aren't you? You're a little bit of a crazy.
I like the time,
a little
but
bit,
I'm always crazy. Well, you know I'm crazy. We've been friends for a long time.
Well, I mean, I know you're adventurous and like fun and kind of, you embrace the moment in a lot of things. But I didn't think you were like,
well, I don't
we've
know
hung
that
out
I have
3
like,
times. You're my husband now.
No, good God,
I
no.
like the way you smell. Can I have your toe?
I do like the way they smell, and I do like toes. But I don't demand like exclusivity. But if they have free time, I'm going to spend it with the person I'm like interested in for sure. For sure.
Now you're changing your tune, you fucking
I'm
lunatic.
obsessed.
I get it. You're just obsessive.
But no, like I've never been like let's be monogamous. Let's like have these definitions. Let's be exclusive. Let me like police your life. No, but if you've got free time and you're willing to give it to me, let's fuck. Let's hang out.
I want you, but I also want 12 of your closest friends to visit. Okay, fair enough.
Simultaneously?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
I don't know, just throwing it out there.
Check out our OF cam, ladies and gentlemen. All that great content on there and more. And whilst you're at it, do us a favour and check out our Patreon page. Listen, we're going to start the show today with a little bit of a heartfelt and earnest message to our viewers.
Yeah.
We've been thinking about a number of ways in which to engage with you guys even more. We were discussing it before the show. Possibly some of the suggestions were maybe broadcast the shows live to some of our viewers.
If you'd like that,
if you would like that, leave a comment below on the YouTube comments on the clips that we post. Let us know, because we would potentially do that for you if we think there's enough
Ask
interest in
questions
it.
live.
Exactly. We could go
be
live
more
on OF. We could also go live on YouTube simultaneously.
Or simulcast.
Yeah, that's what we do on both platforms. So let us know if that would be of interest to you. Also, we want to engage with our viewers more. We need more people submitting questions. Thank you very much to the people on Discord channel and also on Patreon who've been submitting their questions already. But if you want to be part of that process and be a little bit closer to both of us as hosts and as people, we reply to the direct messages together. We read them together and reply to them together. And it comes from us. We don't have an intern.
We've
got producer Jeff, who's sitting over there with a beautiful top knot, just being a sexy, progressive young man. And then we also, dick in his hand though, dick out right now.
Well, yeah, it's our show.
Yeah, like progressive
look
top
at
knot.
us
You know, he made
with
us
his dick in it. That's progressive.
But he's stroking it.
Sexual health.
Yeah, exactly. With the balance. We're not that woke. Do you know what I mean? We're a bit of both. But yes, please check out patreon.com. That's patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. So that's patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. You will get these episodes 24 hours before the people on YouTube even see them or even sniff and know they exist. You will get behind the scenes photos and videos. We take photos every single time we do a shoot. There's a bunch for me to upload. Apologies, there's a little delay in the last week, but there will be some up there.
Though.
Secret extra episodes. Remember, at some point, myself and Cherie are going to go away to the woods, take some psilocybin, and record the entire experience and make a little mini doc for you. And that will just go up on the Patreon. I mean, we might both be just like naked in the fucking woods dancing.
I love it.
We're fairies. We're living the truth.
Oh, I'm bringing a crown. If you think I'm not bringing a multiple like accessories for this experience, you're incorrect.
We're going to create a crown for you out of flowers and vines and then become forest people.
Yes.
You can DM us directly and we will reply to you directly. So if you've got questions for us or thoughts about the show, you can reach out. Shout outs on the show as well. And you can submit your questions like some of these legends have that we'll get to a bit later on the show. So check it out. Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo and subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Comic.Cougar.Convo. Tell your friends if you like the clips, share it with your buddies, and that's it. There you go. I won't talk about it again for the show. We'll wait until the end. Breakups. So why? So you've been married twice, which is why you're wearing
which
this.
is why I'm wearing the wedding dress because
you're interested in a third failed marriage.
People, I'm interested in a third failed. No.
Are you a man with low expectations and deep pockets? Can you bring to the table 9 inches of thick, girthy cock, but also will not be too heartbroken or act like a psychopath when cut by the wayside by Cherie DeVille in 2 to 3 years' time?
Right.
She wants to hear from you.
I do.
What's the email address to reach out to?
DeVille.Cherie@gmail.com.
There you go. Hit her up. Send some. Don't send photos. Don't do that. No.
I mean.
Yeah? And she'll roast them if they're bad enough.
If they're bad, they're bad. That's on you for sending a shit photo.
There you go. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to meet your third failed marriage?
Honestly, I feel like I have a current like main partner that I can't imagine leaving.
Okay.
You know, and it's been the longest relationship I've ever had.
So you're waiting until there's a term where you get a little bit
we're
like,
never
I'm a
getting
little
married.
over that.
No.
And then you'll get married to let him know it's time.
To let him know it's imminent doom.
Be like, no, listen, I love you, but I see you more as a friend now, so
I feel like marriage is a jinx for me. That's why I don't want to get married again. Like, I've done it twice. It didn't work out. So, like, things are going well. Let's just let it coast.
Can you tell me what the breakups for the first one? So you were young, but then by the time you broke up, you were a grown woman.
Yeah,
you know,
I was in my late 20s. Yeah.
How did that breakup go down? How did it come about?
So that was a monogamous relationship for me. That was my one big monogamous relationship.
Boring.
Well, it was. And the monogamy is what broke it up.
Okay.
Because he had met someone that he clearly liked. And even though they never got physical, they were having a totally inappropriate emotional relationship that I found out about and got upset about. And like, if you decide to
I have a similar experience.
Yeah, if you have these boundaries of monogamy, like, then you have to have them.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like, or let's not do this. But he both wanted the monogamy and to have these sort of borderline inappropriate relationships with people. So I was like, absolutely not. And honestly, I should have ended it about 3 years before I did. But like, to me, especially, I keep like deep throating this mic. To me, especially at
old habits die hard.
I'm like, it's just right. It's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even know what I was talking about. Dick gets in my face and then it all washed away.
Amnesia.
Dicknesia. I have it bad.
Hamnesia. I think that you were discussing the fact that the relationship, he had these inappropriate emotional relationship with this other person.
Oh,
you
should have ended it 3 years before.
3 years prior. Why
but I'm
didn't
like,
you?
you're married. You should stay married forever. I had a really old school view of that. I was like, this is it. No matter what happens, we're gonna work on it. No matter how unhappy I am, we should like work on it. When I just don't believe that anymore. I'm not saying relationships don't have conflict.
Sure.
But if you're like straight up unhappy for a period of time, let it go.
Yeah.
Find somebody else. There's plenty of like.
That's what my ex
time.
did.
Wow. Do you think she really found somebody else?
No, I think I wouldn't want to comment on that. I don't think that I have no idea. I think that our relationship, we were both unhappy for a while, but I think. This was going to be my first question, was actually not about the outfits. And I'll tell you what mine is, by the way, quickly.
I need to hear yours first.
This is me with my heart ripped out my chest in a semi-emo outfit, because this is me when I was like 18 and just turned 19, my first love in New Zealand, my first real love. I was madly in love with her. That was it. I was going to be with this girl forever. And then she broke my fucking heart, and it felt like it had been ripped out my chest. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Okay, sorry.
So my first question was going to be this.
Tell me.
Are you normally the one breaking up with other people, or are you normally the person being broken up with? And I think we're different in this. I'm
always the one breaking up with them.
Yeah, we're different.
Always. Literally 100% of the time.
Heartless whore.
I guess so. Is that what it means?
No.
Am I terrible and mean?
It means you probably have healthy boundaries, and you know when you're done in a relationship.
I'm done. Yeah. Especially now, as I've gotten older, I don't tolerate the bullshit I used to tolerate.
I am with you now. Yeah. Now, at this age, I absolutely will break up if I feel this has run its course, this is not good, this is not healthy.
Who's got time for that?
Every major relationship I've ever had where I was in love with a woman, I've always let them have the final breakup.
Why?
I think because I don't know.
Like,
actually, it's a good question.
Follow-up question. Do you normally feel in your heart that it's over and then they break up with you, or are you usually blindsided?
I was blindsided, certainly with my previous relationship, my last one. I felt that whilst I have broken up with women in the past, what I normally do is keep my relationship with the woman ever reaching a stage where a breakup is going to happen, because I never get to a place of that commitment or that monogamy. I keep it normally quite light.
Yeah.
We're friends and we fuck and blah, 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 blah.
That's not even a relationship, hardly.
Well, it is. They are relationships. They're human relationships.
Okay.
They're connected.
A lot
of them are lovers and friends and people I've known for years. But
important humans.
Exactly. And I keep it in a position that no one has to break up with each other. We can just kind of, we haven't messaged each other for a couple of months. They probably met someone else, or they had something more serious going on. With the relationships where I've been really in it, I think every single time they've broken up, because I guess there's a part of me that doesn't like, I'm a people pleaser.
Same.
I'm working on that. And I think there's a part of me that doesn't want to upset someone or be the bad guy in a situation. So I'm like, let her get to a place where she goes, we've tried to save this. I don't think we can go any further with it. And even with my last relationship, I still thought we could work on it to make it right.
On that one, you thought you could work on it to make it right. How about the other ones? Do you feel like your heart, you knew it was over, but you were just like, maybe they'll do it because I don't want to hurt them? Or what do you think that is?
I was too weak in myself. I didn't know myself enough. I wasn't a strong enough man to go, this doesn't serve me or her or our happiness. So this is a waste of energy and time.
Why do you think you stayed?
For the same reason I just said, people please, just don't want to be the bad guy, just don't want to upset people. It's scary upsetting people. And sometimes when you reject people, that can have quite a catastrophic effect. I know that I can deal with the rejection now because of years of navigating that. No, you're not wrong, though. Yes, hilarious. You fucking acidic bitch. But yes, you're also 100% correct. Yeah. I have been rejected a bunch of times by the people that I've really been connected to. And that's okay. They've,
but I mean, same. Even though I might be the person who does the breaking up, it doesn't mean that the relationship didn't reach its end way before I did that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm not, like, the first sign of someone annoying me, I'm not like, it's over. These are things that I'm like, you've tried, you've talked about it. Like, someone's got to pull the fucking plug on this nonsense so you can both move on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on that, what was the most monumental breakup you've ever experienced over the course of your life? Was it one of these two wedding marriages? Or?
It was the one I'm the most embarrassed about.
Oh, tell me this one. Right.
So it wasn't even that long term. We only dated for like 2.5 years. But I was really young. I won't say how old, but I was young. And it was one of my first relationships with a woman. And I was too embarrassed to bring her home to my family because I was worried what they would think about that. And so I never did. And it became...
Your dad would just be like, hot.
Hot, exactly. And that's so fucking awkward. I've
seen your scenes on fucking Pornhub. Stepfathers at least would be like,
they are always in the mix.
Is she a babysitter as well? Great, cool.
Exactly. And I just didn't want that orgy.
Right. Good.
But it was terrible. I was a terrible person. I was delaying, very obviously, introducing her to my family.
Right.
And finally, it caused a huge, huge, huge fucking rift.
Lesbian.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
She put on the plaid shirt, she shaved the side of her head, she went, enough's enough.
Enough's enough. She was so femme.
Enough's enough, Cherie.
Biggest natural titties.
Yeah. Biggest natural titties. Oh, really?
I fucked up.
Damn, I mean, have you ever
that
thought
one I
about...
really fucked up. We were so intimate and so connected emotionally, and like that was a really beautiful relationship. I fucked up
As a more
bad.
mature adult, have you ever reached out to like an ex-partner like that where it has been a monumental breakup and said, hey, I just want to say I am sorry for my part in that, or I've realized this now that I've grown a little bit and I hope you're well? Or do you think once a relationship like that is done, you just got to walk away from it? And just
I don't know if she would want to hear from me.
She's already having to see you every time she tries to fucking flick one out.
Dude,
she has to
I
go,
wonder about
knows.
that. How my exes are like trying to just have a nice wank or flick their bean or whatever,
well,
and then like I pop up on an ad.
You know, one of my first porn actress girlfriends or dates for a period of time.
Yeah.
For a few years after that, I was a silly little emo boy. I was like very hurt by that. Yeah. And for a while, every time I logged onto the internet and I saw her on a site, I was like, oh, God.
I can't or did you extra jerk off?
Oh, I definitely
like
always watch the porn for sure. Yeah, for sure. Like, it should have been me.
Did you cry into your semen?
It should have been me. Yeah, that's just...
All 12 of them should have been me.
Oh, my God. She looks so happy. She seems so joyful without me.
She never smiled like that with me.
No, exactly. What? She could squirt. What?
She's just peeing. We all know it.
She's just peeing on him.
She's just peeing
on him.
Don't be hurt by that.
My most monumental was this one, this first one.
The first one, how come?
I was 19 years old. I was 18 when I met the girl, 19 when we broke up. And this was in New Zealand. It was my year out there. I was a PE teacher, and then I worked for this dance music station. She was a DJ on the dance station. And I saw her one day in the studio when I first came up there. And I was like, she's stunning. So what I did is I sent some flowers. I made a note for her saying that I thought she was gorgeous, put my number, blah. I taped it out and put it under the desk because I used to read
like
news on a show.
Where you knew her desk was?
Where they all did it out of the same studio.
Okay.
And so I left it like blue tacked underneath. Yeah. And then I ordered some flowers to the studio when she was DJing. My Riz was on point.
I mean, at 18, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, right?
I'm really impressed.
Romance the ladies.
Yeah.
And so I sent some flowers. They arrived at the studio while she was on air. She read it out like, oh, wow, someone sent flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. And it said, from Pommy Jeff, have a look under the desk. And then she like... read out on the radio station. I could hear it all. She like looked under, found the note, and then like read out his thing. She was like, you know what, Pommy Jeff, the answer is yes, because I was asking if she wanted to go on a date, and then she texted me like, hey, that was really sweet, that was really romantic, and I was like, cool, let's go and
good job.
Yeah.
But
and then
why did it end?
Fucking tore my heart out of my chest.
Tell me that part. What happened?
It was my first love.
No, but I mean, like, what did you fuck up? Did she like what? Why did it end?
She was my she was young. In her early 20s, like mid 20s, maybe like
older woman though. At that age though, that's an older woman.
All of my women were always older women. I was always attracted to older women.
Really?
Yeah. For the longest time. Yeah, like I mean, they knew how to. They knew how to fuck. They knew what they wanted. Yes. They knew how to draw a division between like this is what this is and this is what that is. Yes. And they were letting me have fun. They loved a young stud doing the job and the business with that energy. Yeah. But they put up with me being an idiot because they're like, he's all right, he's young, he's fine, the sex is good. Anyway, so she was the first person I ever did a hard drug with. I drank and I smoked weed before that.
Did she get you into drugs?
Not get me into drugs. She got me into DJing. She taught me how to like mix and use it on turntables.
Same thing.
And then, yeah, we did ecstasy together for the first time.
Amazing.
My first time.
What a nice first. Tell me.
It was great. We were at the club dancing and stuff, but I was fucked up. I was super fucked up and a bit messy. I'd never done any hard drug in my life.
Okay.
She got me back home with a couple of her friends, and when we were sitting in the garden, I was still like gurning a bit and being a bit fucking weird. Like, it was really hitting me.
You were fucked up.
And I went, I'm gonna go to her bedroom, and like go and lay down because I'm feeling a bit fucked up. And then I was laying in there for a while, and she came in and went, "You're like, oh my God, you're acting so cringe, like blah, blah, blah. You're being so," and I was like,
you had to lay down because you were too high. That, like, even now I would let someone fully relax.
So I'm like, I'm super fucked up.
Sorry.
I said, I'm super fucked up. Like, I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry. No, I was really embarrassed. I was like, I'm really sorry, but I'm also super fucked up. Can I just sleep? And she went, you know what? You're just kind of weirding it out. I think you should just leave.
Ew.
And I was like, what? And then she basically booted me out of her house.
She booted you out while you were high?
Yeah. So I left the house.
Immature.
And then I walked from her house. I didn't have a car back then.
Not.
It took me about an hour and a half to walk back to my house, and it was raining.
No.
And I was walking home in the rain, just going, I'm so glad it's raining because no one can see my tears. And I was just streaming down my face. I begged her on my knees, and that's where it felt like my chest was
that the
ripped out.
breakup? She broke up with you because she got you too high?
Yeah.
And you had to rest?
Yeah.
I hate her.
Yeah,
I'm going to find her. No, I'm not going to find her.
It's all right.
But that's really...
We met each other a bunch of times over the years. We met each other a bunch of times over the years after that. And had reconnections and intimate reconnections and whatever. And grew and changed. She's done a lot of work on herself. She's all into meditation and yoga, and she teaches now. She's like, she's a...
So you friends?
She's cool. We're not friends per se, but we're on good terms. We're all chill.
Does she still live in New Zealand? Do you see her when you go back?
No, I don't. Okay. I haven't done. But I would if I were in the same town. I would absolutely go and have a drink with her and say hi.
You know, that brings up another question. Do you think it's appropriate?
And I was a child.
And
I was a little boy who hadn't grown yet.
And like, you had never done drugs. You just wanted to rest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame you for that at all. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But do you think then it's good or bad to be friends with your exes after you break up? Do you usually do it? Do you usually avoid it on purpose? Do you have a stance on it?
I always used to think that we should be friends with our exes, right?
No matter what.
Sure. Like, and now, even more so now, I'm a bit more grown. It's like, there's no reason to have drama or be shitty. It didn't work out. Let go of that energy. Remember that there was some good times, that you did some good stuff for each other, and then move on and be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think you need to socialize with someone that you were fucking and in love with and involved. I just talked to a girl about this yesterday. What does that
mean? So, like, you're friends, but you never see each other?
No, like, you're on good terms, but you just don't have to hang out. Like, I don't think you need to hang out with...
you didn't end it in hate, but you're not going to be like, let's have coffee every Tuesday.
Nah, exactly. Okay. And I think that's fucked up, especially for new partners, that they have to go, great, you come with all these exes, that there's still some shred of holding on. I think it's ego-based, holding on to exes in some way. For
some people it is. Like, I've definitely known people, and maybe this is judgmental, but women seem to do this more than men, where they hold on to their exes almost like a safety net, or someone to like gas them up, or like an ego fluffer or things like that, when it's really not the relationship they're enjoying. It's the like energy.
You know what I mean? It's the attention.
That's the word. That's
what I'm saying. It's ego-based.
Yeah.
I think you should just go, we spent some time together. That was our story together. That ended. We're never going to be able to undo that ending. So let's just move forward with our new beginnings. But, lots of love. Great to... Don't leave me fucking hanging. Jesus.
Didn't know you wanted
lots of love. It's been amazing. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for that thing you did with the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the tongue trick. I'm going to teach it to my girlfriends.
I hope you enjoyed that.
I love that. The seal noises are fucking hot.
Thank you.
Every time.
And I'll always think of you when I see a seal. And good luck with your new life, with your new man, And that's it. Yeah, exactly. What's the healing activity that you get into once you have a breakup? Do you have a process?
I don't have a process, just like a lot of crying and a lot of talking to my friends and a lot of venting. And I always go through a bit of a mean phase where like my venting is like all the stuff that they did wrong, even if it paints like a darker picture than reality. Yeah, like all the complaining to me is really cathartic.
The things you've been holding in over the course of your relationship.
Yeah. Like even holding into yourself, like all the little like picadillos, all the little like annoying things that you get to like fully vent out. It feels good.
I don't know.
It feels good.
I agree that you need to let that stuff go, but this is what I think weekly therapy is so important for anyone.
Oh, God,
because
yes.
if you can get rid of that shit in your weekly therapy sessions, then you let go during the relationship and you're less likely to hold on to things that could potentially grate on you within that relationship.
I agree with that. But I still love a good vent session. You don't like complaining?
I like that you're describing it as a vent session rather than sitting around and bitching about your ex, which is exactly what it is.
It feels good. It does. It feels freeing.
Have you ever like actually wanted to take some kind of revenge after a breakup? Have you ever exacted some revenge?
No, I'm wrong. I was about to be like fully no, but I remember one time in high school.
Is that aircon? Are we going to pick that up on the sound, by the way? No, not so cool.
Okay.
Just thought I'd check. Thank you, Jeff.
I remember one time in high school, my boyfriend was, he is. This story's going to be hot. So you should like get right to the edge.
It's red raw right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been a while. It's been a bit of a podcast and he's not used to stroking it for that long.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've had those 2 guest episodes that preceded this. He was missing you.
They were hot.
Now you turned up with your
My
leg out, your boobies looking all fresh. Unbelievable.
See? I know. Poor man.
Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. Join now for exclusive behind the scenes photos.
We have a camera under his desk. It's just the jerk off cam.
That would be great. Yeah. We should have crotch cam.
We should have
for both of us
crotch cam
on the OnlyFans TV.
You just see it get sweatier and sweatier.
Yeah. Or as I'm making you laugh more, it just gets, the knickers get moister and moister. Yeah.
This is white. It becomes see-through any second now.
You should get that checked out. That's bad. If it's that, suggesting it's that much and that cloudy, that's a bad sign. If it's green or yellow, remember, get it checked out, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Green or yellow, get it checked out.
Sex tips.
If it's clear or cloudy, in small amounts is okay, but in large amounts, get it checked out as well.
Large amounts.
It's true. These are all important lessons for you to be learning. Come on, I was talking about the revenge in a breakup.
Yeah, so I had broken up with someone, and then I don't know why this pissed me off so much, but he started dating someone else like right away, and I had
probably overlapping.
Probably overlapping.
No, for sure.
It was like
serious.
3 days later.
For sure. If it's that quick,
I showed up at one of her parties, and I like had this really uncomfortable conversation with her where I thought I was going to be like all tough and aggressive, and ended up just having like a nice conversation with her because I'm so not aggressive.
I just think he's not a nice guy.
With the tail between my legs, and that was it.
Damn.
So I thought I was going to be like tough and be like sassy, and
you were
it was not.
Get angry at her like a chipmunk. Like that was the plan, yeah?
I was going to go full chipmunk. I was going to make all kinds of noises.
Right.
And it wasn't intimidating, it turned out, at all.
I'm not surprised. I don't think I've ever been intimidated by you. Actually, the most intimidating thing you've ever done around me is to cry once. You got upset. Do you remember
I was very upset.
I was very like bit heavy with my business on one day.
Yeah, too much business.
And you were having a hard
that
day, and it was a day where we were like, yeah. And that really caught me off guard. That made me.
That caught me off guard, and I'll be honest, I had changed my IUD 3 days prior, and I was really like, yes, I was upset, but I was like extra weepy that week.
Your
like
hormones were going crazy.
Fucking crazy.
I appreciate you letting me know that. Thank you. I thought that could have been our breakup.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh, no, she's like really upset with me. I don't want to make my friend upset.
I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad.
I was like, is this a thing? Is this
Is
this a fetish? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Dear diary, today Jeff made me cry.
Jeff made me cry.
Never been more aroused in my entire life.
I do like a good cry in bed. Do you? Do you like to cry at all in bed? No? Okay, it's just me. That's fine. No follow-up questions needed.
Someone's going for their Hollywood career. So no revenge after a breakup, except
I tried
you tried and it failed.
How about you? Any good revenge plots?
No. And I've had women cheat on me and do all sorts of shit. Oh, actually.
Like, but even in your, dude, I can't stop with this mic today. Even in your head, you've never been like, I'm gonna.
No, I'm not really that insidious.
No.
Like when I stop having sexual relationships with someone, I just go, I can be hurt, but I always take that on myself. I never take that on someone else.
Look at you, all grown.
Or just like more self-projecting. Like I would always project the anger or the upset onto myself more
like you
than another
fucked up
person.
Or something?
Yeah, like what did I do wrong? Oh God, I'm shit or whatever. Or like lay in bed under covers for 5 days. Now, I mean, even with a serious breakup with someone who I was going to be married to and have children with and start that life, It was a pretty swift process for me.
What did you do for self-healing? Like, how did you navigate
therapy?
that? Sure.
I did some mushrooms.
Yeah.
And thought about what that relationship meant to me and whether that mattered anymore, or, you know, and realized that I could be grateful for a lot of things that happened during the relationship without being angry about how I was treated at the end of it necessarily, or how we both treated each other, whatever. It's like,
respecting the good times and then grieving. Did
100%.
you go through a grieving process?
Oh, of course, yeah. I think you do grieve the loss of a relationship.
Yeah,
and then also, I went out and had sex with attractive women. That was also a thing I do.
Yeah.
I enjoy a good rebound, and it's fun. And
how soon is too soon? An hour, a day, a week?
Oh, an hour is probably too soon. We're done. Thank you for the last 10 years of my life. What's your name again? No, I don't know. I mean, like, about a month after I was already going on dates.
Yeah.
A few weeks after I was going on dates. But I don't think I was fully ready to be on those dates until maybe 3 to 4 months. And
why? Why
I
do you
had to
say
do some
that?
therapy and talk about my feelings. I had to process more of how I felt about it and felt about a large portion of the end of that relationship, in which we both made mistakes and we both had problems. I had to deal with some feelings of my loyalty, feeling that my loyalty had been misused in some ways, and so I had to process what that meant to me and how I felt about other
going forward to the future.
And now
other
I'm like happy and okay, cool. I've made peace with this. I feel good, and now I'm better for other people. And that energy is radiating right now. I'm like,
you've been out and about with some beautiful ladies,
I've been very
having
lucky.
a really good time.
Yeah.
So like sex, you're saying within like a week, did you say? But how about like a relationship? Like, when do you think it's too soon? Because you do exclusivity and monogamy. When do you think it's too soon? Okay. Tell me. Maybe I didn't know that, because for so much of our friendship, you've been in a monogamous.
Pretty much most of our friendship, I've been in a monogamous relationship.
I thought that was like your jam.
I was completely monogamous with my ex-partner, and then other partners prior to that. I was monogamous with a couple. I cheated on a couple when I was
when you were
younger.
Supposed to be monogamous.
When I was exactly, and because of insecurities or knowing that they had done something, I'm like, oh, well, I'll do this back.
Ooh, vindictive.
Yeah,
see,
absolutely.
There it is. There it is.
And not healthy. and then most of my relationships have always been very open knowledge that I'm not going to be monogamous. Like, this is friendship and sex, and I will be intimate with other people.
Okay, but that sounds more like would you have like a serious
partner,
non-monogamous, maybe even live-in non-monogamous partner? Or do you feel like once it gets that emotionally vulnerable and that connected, you like monogamy?
Good question. I don't know. Depends how that relationship starts, I think, and who it's with and what my expectations are. If it's someone in the porn industry, you have to kind of go into it understanding this person is going to fuck other people, not just at work potentially, but maybe they also have polyamory situations. They have other boyfriends and girlfriends, whatever the fuck it is. If you go into a relationship like that, then but I've never accept it. No, I think when I'm madly in love with a woman, I do kind of want it to be me and her. Yeah. But I also think I'm great in being in polyamorous situations, but then I always just keep my emotional level to a certain place.
So do you feel like you can go fully in?
There's something about nuzzling into your love and smelling other dick on her. Well,
that's not awesome. Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is the mental block that would come with that.
I get it.
But I also, go to kink parties with friends who, we play with other people and we do things
sexually adventurous, but emotionally you have boundaries around what you might like.
Currently.
And
I've been reassessing what I want in everything, marriage. Anyway, we've gone off the subject of breakups.
It's super interesting to me. I know.
Can you remember the funniest moment during a breakup that you've ever had?
The funniest moment.
Yeah. Or the most ridiculous situation?
Yeah, I do. It was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And I broke up with him for this very good reason.
Sorry to interrupt. What's the 7th grade? What age are you?
13 or 14. I was going to say, I don't think 14. I think more like 12, 13. But anyway, very young. And we had like kissed like a little peck.
Nice.
And he told his friends that we French kissed, and I would never. I threw an entire bag of Skittles at him at a dance and broke up with him for that slut mark. I mean, it's basically calling me a whore. French kissing, please.
Little did he know you would grow up into the vanilla character you are today.
So prude.
That was it? That's your funniest moment?
I thought it was pretty funny that I threw an entire bag of Skittles at him, but maybe not. Maybe not. How about you? You have far more humor in your breakups, a full stand-up show.
Mine is out of the sadness. During that breakup, the first breakup, I remember being on my knees in the middle of the street going, Why are you doing this?
Like
I love you.
below her window?
No, she was standing there and like going like, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like on my knees going, why? And I was crying so hard that the snot from my nose and the spit from the draw from my mouth joined together. You know, like a bungee cord of misery. It was like, one of those. It was going up and down. And I remember laughing at myself when she walked off. I remember like sitting there and going, what am I doing? I laughed. I went,
you found it funny.
What am I doing? I'm on my knees crying my eyes out like a fucking baby. And I got snot all down my face. And then I cried a bit more and walked home.
That's sad. That's not funny.
It is, though. It's hilarious to think about the immaturity I had in terms of love at that stage. I think that is funny.
That you were ready to just cry in the rain, in the street, like a rom-com, but with way more boogers.
I definitely got caught having sex with a sibling by a girl.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but we weren't together. Me and the girl had hooked up a few times, and then I ended up hooking up with her sister at a London Fashion Week party. Okay. And then she caught us. She caught us. We were in the bathroom doing some cocaine, and then we started having some sex. And then she was like, are you in there? And she called out to her sister, and her sister was like, oh my God, it's my sister. I opened the door, and she comes in and sees that I'm in there with her, and she's like, what the fuck are you doing with my sister? I'm like, and she's like, pissed? Wait, you know my sister? And I'm like, I didn't know you were sisters.
And then it was a three-way.
No, it was not. That would have been the optimal way for that to...
that feels like the beginning of a lot of things that I've done. But then also, it was a three-way.
The other girl had stopped like hanging out with me because she was like fucking some other dude who she was a bit more famous and she thought was a bit more important. So it was kind of a sweet revenge without meaning it. I thought it was quite humorous that I was like, it wasn't planned, but I ended up hooking up with this hot girl at this London Fashion Week party, and it turned out to be the sister of one of the girls that I used to hook up with.
Still should have been a three-way.
I mean, that would have been great, but not everything pans out like it does in your fucking movies online. Let's be honest.
It could.
It's not real life, gentlemen. It's not real life. It's not how it works.
Sometimes at a party, if I don't feel like fucking, I'll send another girl to fuck my man in the bathroom. I'll just be like, hey, and it's not even true. I'd be like, my man has the biggest crush on you and thinks you're so beautiful. It's his fantasy to fuck you in the bathroom, and then I'll just watch it unfold.
Hey, can I tell you about something? This is separate to our breakup scenario, but I just got a match on the Field app with these two girls who are like 26, both of them.
Wait, like
super
they're
attractive.
both at the same profile?
You can connect to a partner on your profile. So they're both bisexual women. They're dating each other currently.
Got it.
And they want me to just go to their house and watch them while they light candles and have a sensual bath and have foreplay with one another. And that leads to full on, whatever.
Can you jerk off?
And jerk off.
Good.
But they don't want me involved. They just want me to watch through the door and just jerk off.
Yeah. I would do it.
I mean, I'm going to do it. I'm not an idiot.
Absolutely do that because, like, it's probably going to turn into more, but they don't want to, like, lead you on in case they don't like the vibe.
I'm telling them, I said, I want to meet for a drink at a bar first to meet each other. I'm going to text my friends where I'm going. I'm going to say,
not getting murdered, yes.
I need some guarantee that this is consensual. I don't want to fucking end up in some dodgy situation here. Like, so you have to, like,
through the bathroom.
Even them just sending me a text going like, this is what we want to happen between us.
So it's in writing.
So it's in writing, and then I'll go over there and I'll watch two fucking smoking hot blondes play with each other.
Are they both hot?
They're hot. I don't understand.
Yes. Why don't you understand?
I mean, because I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I'm, all right, I do understand. I'm an attractive dude. I present well online.
What's not to understand?
They're like, this person is
handsome. I would like to see his dick. We're bisexual, but we're together. We're going to fuck. And then we get a little dick watch in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like the safari animal.
It's going to be weird just standing there at the fucking doorway. They're just like, yeah, that looks good.
Are you allowed to talk?
Yeah. I don't know what.
Should you say something?
I told him, like, we should discuss the rules and regulations of this. What are the boundaries?
Are you allowed to moan loudly?
I did ask, what am I permitted to do with myself? I understand you guys don't want me physically involved with what you're doing. But what am I allowed to do? And they were like, well, you can watch. You can stroke your cock. You can play with yourself. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
So
I think that's fucking epic.
I mean, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes.
We've talked a lot about shit breakups. Bad breakups, all of that stuff. Have you ever had like I know no breakups are great, but what's your best or least traumatic breakup, would you say? Any good breakup stories?
Oh, yeah. Not really. Not really. I feel like...
None? None that were just like, hey, smooth, we're going our separate ways, we're so in agreement.
Not from a girlfriend. Not from an actual girlfriend. Every single girl that I've ever, if I've broken up with them, they've been very upset about it. It's been a big issue. If they've broken up with me, some occasions I've been upset because I've been too in love and like codependent and it's just been awful.
Yeah.
Or more recent ones, it's been just like, okay, it's done. We don't need to ever hang out or spend time together. I've never really had like a cool breakup. They've always been too dramatic.
None?
People are dramatic.
People are dramatic for sure. Can I tell you my one good story though?
Yeah.
So I was dating a guy I didn't really want to date. I was just heartbroken over a breakup in high school. And then I found out that we weren't like monogamous or anything. We were just casually kind of dating. But like, you know, we were like, hey, we're girlfriend, boyfriend, right? Right. Check. Found out that he was having sex with another one of my friends, a guy friend of mine. And then
greedy.
I know. So I confronted him about it and he's like, honestly, I think I'm just gay. And I'm like, okay. Because I wasn't even that into him. And then they went off together and had a really beautiful relationship for a good chunk of high school.
You turned him gay.
And I probably turned him gay. That was exactly the moral of the story.
So that's the danger you welcome yourself into if you start watching Cherie's content online. You might, after watching...
One step from gay.
What do you think it was about that experience that allowed him to come out after spending time with you in an intimate relationship?
That is a really good question. He's like, women are disgusting. I tried it with Cherie.
Or did you ever find, because you're quite dominant, you can be quite dominant. I know you're verse, but you can be quite dominant in some of your scenes.
Yeah.
And maybe was that it? You were just like, hey, bro, you fucking slapping him across the face.
I did require a lot of oral sex in tight cars. So that's uncomfortable, especially for like a gay man. It's a lot of pussy eating. I think I probably traumatized him.
You have to like really finagle your position, your body position to eat a woman out in a car as well. Whereas a dude, just get the dick out and you just pop your head down.
Just figure it out.
Super easy.
Yeah, and honestly,
so you think it was
I feel
just
like
ease
I wasn't
of
even
comfort.
blowing him that much. I was just like, that's probably it. Like I wasn't giving him much. He's just really good at oral sex.
Okay.
So I was getting a lot of oral sex, and he probably wasn't getting shit.
Did you ever try butt stuff with him?
And then Charles is sucking his dick. It's the better choice.
Did you ever try butt stuff with him? Is that maybe why he ended up?
Ooh, good. I haven't. You know, I didn't do butt stuff with a man until I was well into my 20s.
Really?
Is that weird?
Right. No, I don't think so. No.
When did you first try butt stuff? Totally off topic. No, well, either. I don't know if you do receiving or giving.
I think one girl tried putting a finger in me before and just didn't do it right, and it felt really uncomfortable, and I was like, nah, I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
I've had girls rim me. That felt great.
Yeah.
And then I've had, that's it. I've never had pegging or anything like that. I'm not into that.
But do you like giving anal sex?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's good. It's nice. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun. Good times.
It's like a different, bless you, it's like a different vacation location. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, where are we going today? Are we going to the...
It is.
Nice. Let's check out the lesser traveled path. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever makes a woman feel good, you know?
Yeah.
But you need more preparation with that. Anyway, we're going way off topic again. We keep getting into sexual stuff.
You know what we should do, though? We haven't answered any of our viewer questions.
Let's do it. We got about 15 minutes left. Let's get into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about this at the beginning of the podcast. Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. One of the perks you get by becoming a $5 sub. That's it. $5 a month. Come on, support us.
Come on.
If you do that, you can DM us and you can also submit questions. We put a little message up every week saying, here's the new topics. Please submit your questions. And these people have done just that. Phantom asks, is it even remotely possible to continue a platonic friendship with the ex after a breakup?
We kind of went through that. I say yes, but you kind of said no.
I say I don't think there's immense value in either person with that. I think being cool with each other is great, but if platonic friendship is ongoing, I think one of you or both of you is holding on to something from that previous relationship that you should really let go of and move on to your next.
Yeah.
Username Jim, what does he ask?
Username Jim asks, is it okay not to want to watch horror movies? I don't like horror movies. I need someone to hold me.
This is clearly not from this episode. Username Jim, we answered that in a previous episode. I was
like, I don't understand.
A horror one. My apologies. That's a fuck up on my end. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But thank you, username is Jim, for the question on a previous episode.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to answer this. However, Romeo12 has a great question. Romeo12 asks, people either move on after breakups or let it eat at them. Would you agree?
What do you think?
I mean, to me, Romeo is just saying kind of the two alternatives. Like, you either are healthy and you work through it and you grieve the process and you move on, or you don't do the work and you let it eat at you. I think only one is the correct choice.
I disagree. I think that he's presenting I think he's making it too black and white. That you either have to just like completely move on, done, or you just break up and it's over, and let it all eat you away because you don't ever work on it. Yeah. I think there's, like you say, there's all different shades of grey. You and maybe other people are capable of having friendships with an ex afterwards, and
different types of relationships. Yeah.
Exactly, like half moving on, but not fully from that relationship with that person. It becomes a different type of relationship, and not letting it eat you up either. So I think it's possible to do different versions. There's more shades of grey. Personally, I think, you have to move on. You have to
if you don't do the work to get over it, like if it's still eating you up inside,
you take the trauma into the next relationship.
You haven't done the work. Yeah, you shouldn't be in any other relationship until you've fucking cleanse that bad shit out.
Or even having casual fun. I think you need to be comfortable on your own after each breakup. Yeah. Once you feel that, then get your genitals out and go ham.
Yeah, because a lot of people, myself included, I've spent lots of time alone, but there's always that like feeling that having another human there, even if it's just sexually, is soothing. Almost like if you're really, really sad and you're like, fuck it, I'll put on Netflix. It's a distraction, but you're not doing the work. Sure. You're not getting through it properly.
I agree with you. You, Yes Man 69 says, what was your biggest ever heartbreak? Well, we've done that. That was my first in New Zealand, and yours was when you were 12 years old, right?
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one.
Sticky Dude 999, what does he ask?
Sticky Dude 999 asks, how many times have you been dumped?
Oh, God. Fucking hell. Zero. Because you've always done the dumping every time. I have,
yeah. Not that they haven't done fucked up shit to deserve it, but I've always been the one to pull the cord.
You're a woman and you have no soul.
That's right.
Or empathy.
Correct.
Yes, they give birth to children. They care for children. Whoop-de fucking do. Once they grow up into a man, it's hatred and anger at all times. I'm Andrew Tate. Welcome to the podcast.
Also, I date women too, so.
Yeah, so you've dated crazy as well. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Sticky Dude, I've been dumped a bunch of times. Yeah, I've been dumped by the love in New Zealand, a love in New Hampshire, who was this punk rock girl called Steph. She was a suicide girl, actually. Another one of those. Yeah,
back in the day,
I got dumped by that porn actress, the first one. She kind of ended that. I got dumped by my ex with the child, who I raised.
That was sad.
Even though she was cheating. Anyway, whatever. That was a whole thing.
It's heartbreaking.
I got dumped by my ex. Yeah, I've always been dumped by the people I've been
You kind of both did the dumping in that, though, no?
Yeah, yes. There's always a mutual element involved in a lot of these things.
Sure.
Oh, no, half of them.
She did the fucked up shit, but, like, didn't you do the dumping or no?
No. First of all, there wasn't any fucked up shit. I don't want to oversell the drama of my ex relationship.
Yeah.
There was disagreements. There were boundaries that weren't respected and stuff. But it wasn't fucked up. No one fucked anyone else up. But yes, even if there's a part of the process I was involved in, every single one of my breakups from a serious, committed relationship has been done by the other person. I'm just a sweet little boy. You're
a nice person.
You're so hard being me.
Nice person.
Ventral Proximal $$ asks. Go ahead.
What breakup do you most regret and why? I answered that, not introducing she who shall not be named to my parents when I should have. Yeah, big regrets.
She was
special.
It was, I was just trying to think of, it was Roseanne Barr. It was Roseanne Barr. You and Roseanne, beautiful big knockers.
Yeah.
You two had a really well-written romance when she was
very
shooting
intimate.
The first season of Meet the Connors before she got cancelled.
Correct.
And actually, it was the breakup with you that turned a full rant and rave on TV and just,
actually,
hang everyone.
2 of my exes went full red after I broke up with them.
She was a Bernie Sanders supporter beforehand, and now she's,
really?
yeah, Roseanne, yeah.
So it's me.
Yeah.
It's really me.
You turned her to Trump.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Can you imagine if you were part of his campaign trail? He's like, I know, I fucked Stormy Daniels, and that was bad for my career. But was it really? I don't know. I think it was pretty good.
It could have been pretty good, you know. Lot of airtime, lot of airtime. From now on, my campaign manager, Cherie DeVille, wonderful woman, great vagina. I grabbed that pussy. It was a full handful.
She thick.
She's super thick. Great ass. I've tasted it. Not the smoothest, but definitely the tastiest.
Yeah.
No,
She went full Trump after you broke her heart.
Yeah,
Roseanne Barr, we're sorry.
As they do.
My breakup that I regret, what do I most regret? Which one do I regret? You know what? I don't regret any breakups. I regret certain one-night stands.
Not handling your fucking drugs like a man.
Sure. No, I don't. That wasn't on me. That was her. She should have been like, my boyfriend is fucked up.
He needs to
sleep it off. And then I'll talk to him tomorrow about there was some of the behaviors. Maybe you shouldn't do that again because it did embarrass me a little in this moment or that.
But you were high.
But also, yeah.
For the first time.
I know.
Come on.
I know. She could have been more caring.
Yeah.
But she apologized to me about that years later.
Oh, that's lovely.
She did. She said, like, I know I was a bit fucked up at the time. I wasn't in a great place. Like, you know, I hadn't matured. I was a kid as well in my mind. So, but yeah, I regret one night stands with certain people. I remember like having sex with this girl in like a toilet at a pub that I used to run club nights at.
Doesn't sound terrible.
Yeah, but the two of us were both fucked up. We had sex, and then immediately after we finished, I realized I really wish I hadn't had sex with that girl. And I just was like...
Stinky or what? Why?
Cherie could not comment on the state of her odor. Just not attracted. And I realized I was just having sex with someone. I did a lot of that when I was younger, just having sex with someone because they wanted to fuck me and because I wanted to fill my void with something. So I had sex with them.
Not just because orgasms are nice. You were...
Whereas now I would only be intimate with someone that I go, I like you as a person. Yeah. And so, you know, as it should be, by the way.
I have to have some level of emotional and physical attraction.
Yeah. Or they're paying you a vast amount of money to do it on camera. But even
then, I've put people on my no list that I think are like weird or why not?
Would I be on your no list or your yes list?
Why would you be on my no list?
I don't know.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Tell me. What list am I on?
I wouldn't put you on the yes list.
On the list.
I wouldn't put you on the no list. That's
terrible.
terrible.
What about producer Jeff? Yes list, no list? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You answered that one way quicker than me. What? How long did it take you to fucking put me on the yes list? She's like, definitely not the no list. I mean, you might be on the maybe list. Took you 5 minutes to get that one, but Jeff said it's like, yes list immediately. He's on my today list. Wow.
He gave me coffee this morning. What did you do?
I've been there for you when you've been
during
down.
During
emotional crises.
Literally.
I've navigated, like, we've worked on projects together, creative business projects together. I've been there for you as a friend. We've laughed. We've gone to various events. We've traveled.
He's never made me cry.
Never made you cry. Nor during sex. So... Wow.
I'm dead.
Wow.
Wow.
You're dead. Well, rip this out of my chest again. You take that. It's yours now. How we doing, man? Are we at our wrap time, roughly?
We're at 53.
Awesome. We're going to do one more question then.
One more question.
This is a great question.
I'm just enjoying holding your heart in my hands.
Okay, yeah. Enjoy it. Fucking succubus. This is a great question, and I think this will be helpful for people who are navigating breakups. What do you think is the minimum amount of time that one should have after a big breakup? You've had a big breakup. It's, you know, it was a committed, it was a serious relationship.
Yeah,
it's
real
ended.
Relationship.
Could be a couple of years, could be 10 years, whatever. How long do you need to be on your own prior to even engaging in or serious? I'll ask that again.
Thank you.
How long should you be single and on your own before you seriously consider jumping into another committed relationship?
Does that mean sex, or you're really just talking about that like real commitment?
Not casual fucking.
It takes me a long time to get over things. So, like, for me, I can't imagine doing the healing I would need to do after a committed relationship, like 6 months at least.
Yeah, to a year.
I mean, maybe longer for real, but like, I just can't imagine myself, even where I am now, which is, you know, healthier every year, being able to like really get over especially if it's a multi-year relationship, it's going to take me fucking time before I can even desire to get into something else.
It's like coming out of a bad job. You're like, I need a little sabbatical for a few months just to fucking...
I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to,
I think 1 year at least. You should give yourself 1 year to be single and to just navigate, do what you need to do for yourself. Because normally in the end of a bad relationship, it's for one person or both, it can become very emotionally draining. You have to focus on that relationship and that other person an awful lot more than you probably should in a healthy relationship, which means less time to focus on yourself and working on yourself. And so I think you need at least a year.
Especially if you live together, even just like the practicality of like learning how to be fully alone, learning how to be in your house alone, even non-emotional things, you really need time so that you don't get in the trap that you see a lot of people getting in where they can't be alone, so they choose a partner to just have a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you should be really centered on your own before choosing a person.
Follow-up question. What do you think about people who are serial relationship monogamists who go from one relationship straight into another, or like my ex in the UK with a child, or they just overlap their relationships? Like I was a dirty secret from her ex-partner for a year.
Red flag.
And then she was dating another comedian for a few months prior to breaking up with me. I found out afterwards. And so just overlaps.
It probably means they have a lot of personal work to do. Yeah. It probably means that they're probably afraid of something. They're either afraid of being alone, they have like abandonment issues.
Because they might eat people because they're sociopaths.
They do eat people.
Yeah.
It shows they eat people.
Eat their souls. They gorge on their misery.
Yeah, no, I think it's not healthy.
If you go from relationship to relationship to relationship, you have no idea
who are you,
what makes you comfortable or makes you happy on your own.
Yeah. Who are you alone? Who are you as a person? Like, do you even know what you want? Or are you just like, that person's hot, let's be in a relationship and like meld together? Because you do have to kind of meld together in relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So listen, if you're watching and you're a serial monogamist who goes from relationship to relationship, you've heard it here, scientifically confirmed by myself and Cherie DeVille that you are in fact a narcissist and a lunatic, and you should probably be watched by your friends closely.
And don't let them do that. I need to know though, because like you and I both are kind of like, I'm diagnosed OCD and I feel like you have OCD vibes in 100%. Some areas. Are there any like crazy rules, like house rules that you have or relationship rules that you have that you think are so weird it might actually lead to a breakup?
Yeah, I don't like dirty feet in the bed. If you can't wash your feet before you get into the bed, then you're dirty and you don't deserve to put your feet in the bed. And also, I don't really want to bone you. I've been turned off by girls because of that. And also, what can also... and also, if you get drunk, if you get nasty when you drink...
Ew, yeah, that means you're nasty on the inside, I think.
Well, no, it's normally a lot of people, I think it's trauma or insecurities. It's a weakness in themselves, not necessarily a nasty part of themselves. It's just but I think if you drink and get nasty, I can be turned off from you immediately, and that's grounds for breaking up now.
Oh, yeah.
And also, if you get in the bed with dirty feet, you're a fucking tramp. Wash your shit. Wash your shit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. How am I going to
suck on those toes if they're covered in fucking dog hair and fluff?
Or even wearing like open-toed shoes and then not washing your feet. That's disgusting.
What about you? And we're finished on this.
You know, it's really funny because dirty feet in the bed was one of my things. Like even as a child, I would wash my feet before bed, and that wasn't a thing my family did. I just thought it was fucking disgusting to have like the feet that you've been walking on everything with in your bed. What kind of disgusting shenanigans is that?
And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I barely made it onto the yes list. Listen, you guys have been amazing. This has been Comic.Cougar.Convo. Remember, if you want to support us, where do they need to go, Cherie?
Patreon, Comic.Cougar.Convo.
Patreon.com/Comic.Cougar.Convo. Go hit that link right now. Get those episodes 24 hours early. Get the behind-the-scenes photos and videos. Get the secret extra episodes. Get the DMs directly to us, reply to directly by us. Get the shout-outs on the shows and submit your questions for future episodes.
And more importantly, just be one of our favorite people in the world. We love our Patreons the best.
Yeah, and maybe let us know. We might even start doing them live. We might start broadcasting live.
Cool. Like, do you want them live? Like, do you want to send in video questions? Like, what do you guys want? We want to do what y'all want.
Yeah,
so
and we want to make the content
give us feedback.
More geared around what you're interested in and how you're enjoying digesting this content.
Yes.
Audio will come to Spotify at some point soon.
Awesome.
I'll set aside a day to do that and spend hours uploading fucking videos and audio. And thank you very much for everyone who submitted a question today. Thanks to our supporters and our Patreon pledges. We love you all. I've been Jeff Leach. I've been a comic.
I'm Cherie DeVille. I'm the Cougar.
And this has been a Convo. See you next time. Bye.